Yes, sir. Good morning, class of 2010, and thank you for allowing me the privilege of speaking with you today. I have just a few things to share. They are all related to military because that is what I know best, and when you know something best, that's what you do. First, when I was in the Navy, I had an opportunity of a lifetime. It was a quiet Sunday afternoon, and my ship was out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The officer I worked for at the time was taking his turn on the bridge, standing officer of the deck. He called down and asked me if I wanted to come up and drive an aircraft carrier. After a quick "yes, sir," I was climbing many stairs and ladders to reach the bridge. I requested permission to enter and stood next to a young guy who was at the helm. He was pretty new to the ship, where I had been there for a couple years already. I was also several ranks higher than him, and by my judgment, at least 5 years older. I was told to get some instructions from him and then take over. Me being a nuclear power plant operator, I didn't really feel I needed a whole lot of help on how to steer a ship from a guy who was barely out of high school. We were 1,000 miles from any kind of land, and there was very little traffic. I took over from my shipmate, confident that I had learned everything I needed to know about keeping a steady course in less than 60 seconds. Over the next couple of minutes, I was the man. I was steering one of the largest Navy ships in the world. Then the captain called over to me and asked me how I thought I was doing. "Just fine, sir. This isn't bad at all." He said, "How about you let Seaman Jones have the wheel back and come over here for a moment?" I stepped over to the captain's chair, and he asked me to look out behind the ship and tell him what I saw. He was trying to get me to talk about our wake that the ship was making. You could see it for a very long way, this beautiful white ribbon that went off into the horizon. It was very straight, but at an angle, and then it curved right as it came up to the back of the ship. He asked me where I thought that I took over steering. It was exactly at the point where the straight line stopped and the curve began. Needless to say, I was ready to go back downstairs and hide for a while. But I had crossed that line between confidence and arrogance. No one was hurt and no damage was done except to my ego, and the captain told me that, just in case that I was ignorant to top it all off. I tell you, the lessons were learned loud and clear. No matter how good you think you are, you can always learn something new from someone from an unsuspecting source. And every once in a while, you get a chance to look back over your life and see the choices you made and the effects that they had, just like the wake that I made behind the ship. I found out what I did wrong and steered the ship successfully, but Seaman Jones didn't leave my side the rest of the time that I was on the bridge. I mean, it was another blow to the ego there. There's more to the story, but I'll save it for later in hopes that one or two of you will seek me out later this afternoon or maybe in a couple years when you need a little talking to, and I'll be there for you. Secondly, in England, the British Army has an elite component called the Special Air Service, and their motto is "Who dares, wins." To become a member of this unit, you do not need to be the strongest, the fastest, and/or the smartest. You just need two things: courage and determination. You have to have them both, and you have to have them in large quantities. Each one of you guys exhibited courage and determination this year. You had to, or else you'd not be sitting here or even be a Blue Ridge student in the first place. A Chinese philosopher said the journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. To take that road less traveled by, as each of you seniors have, and you guys in the back there, you had to take that courageous first step, and determination had to keep you going on that road to bring you here to this moment. Please do not forget that you have done incredible things, and there is a whole world out there that needs you to do more incredible things. Take your honor, discipline, courage, and determination, and win. If each of you win individually, then the families and communities, businesses and countries will also win. Lastly, I would like to share with you a scene from a movie and then a couple of quotes from it. The movie is Saving Private Ryan. World War II, shortly after the D-Day invasion, Tom Hanks was playing a character, Captain Miller of the United States Army, who's been tasked to lead a squad of 7 soldiers to search for Private Ryan, who's played by Matt Damon. After finding him, they are charged with getting him home safely from the war, as he is the sole survivor from his family, his three brothers having been recently killed, and Army policy dictates that Private Ryan must go home. The odds of success are all but impossible, and each member of that squad questions the orders, given the high level of risk just to save one man. As it happens, most of the squad dies in the execution of this mission, and on a bridge, after a particularly hard-won victory, Captain Miller has received a mortal wound, and with his dying breath he pulls Private Ryan closer and says, "Earn this. Earn it." I remember this scene a couple weeks ago and thought that I could use it to illustrate your experience here at Blue Ridge. You guys right here obviously represent Private Ryan, and Captain Miller and his squad could be your parents, your grandparents, your family friends, advisors, teachers, or coaches. Anyone and everyone who has made a sacrifice to get you here or to get you out of here successfully. Although you may feel like it, your last year was not World War II, and we were not physically risking our lives to save yours. But make no mistake, sacrifices were made. Time, effort, energy were used to help you reach this day. And each of you individually has also made sacrifices to achieve your current level of success. The last quote is Private Ryan at Arlington National Cemetery in front of Captain Miller's grave, many years after D-Day. Those sacrifices by you and others I mentioned just a few moments ago is what I would ask you to focus on when you imagine yourselves as Private Ryan saying this 20 years from now. My family is with me today. They wanted to come with me. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure how I'd feel coming back here. Every day I think about what you said to me that day on the bridge. I tried to live my life the best I could. I hope it was enough. I hope that at least in your eyes, I've earned what all of you have done for me. Gentlemen, do not ever stop learning. Take every opportunity you can to better yourselves. Walk that line between confidence and arrogance, but do not cross it. Dare and win. Make your life something you are proud of. Respect everything that was done for you and what you did for yourselves. Thank you for your time, and if I may speak for the faculty, it is with our utmost sincerity that we truly say congratulations.